No, what does he have to say?
You gotta go to the back, man. You're fucked up, dude. Look at you. You gotta go to the back. Look, I love you. This is bro to bro. You gotta go to the back, man. Please take me back. Hey, I love you.
And MJF calling for Stokely Hathaway to leave, as he's clearly in no condition to be here right now.
Yeah, that doesn't strike me as suspicious.
Well, Thomas Sharp looks to be staying. Oh, now what?
Can we get on with the match? Enough with the theatrics.
First, accompanied to ringside by Thomas Sharp, representing the Dream Team, hailing from Plainview, Long Island, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, he requests complete silence for his introduction. Let's try that again. Got it? Please, complete silence as I introduce our first participant. From Plainview, Long Island, New York, weighing in at 215 pounds, he is the current CZW World Heavyweight Champion and Dana White's favorite professional wrestler. He's better than you, and you know it, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. His opponent in the corner to my left hails from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 220 pounds. He is the King of Pros, Matt Riddle!
If all things were even, I would be very excited for this, but with Thomas Sharp on the outside, I'm just very worried about something, let's just say, underhanded happening.
Well, Thomas Sharp is a very, very dangerous man. It's no surprise that the Dream Team, perhaps introducing him as an insurance policy, he's making his way ringside, trying to survey the situation. If I was a fan, I wouldn't want to get in his way. If I'm Matt Riddle, I'm going to survey not only where MJF is, but where Thomas Sharp is at all times.
Oh boy, Matt Riddle almost had it finished off. And MJF has been in there with some very impressive opponents, but none the caliber of Matt Riddle, especially when it comes to the ability to finish a match off in a second.
MJF trying to stall his momentum, taking his time. Matt Riddle stays ready, originally scheduled to compete for Pro Wrestling Chaos in the UK. Oh, looks like MJF taking a page out of Orange Cassidy's playbook. I can guarantee he will never be as popular as Orange Cassidy. And I don't know why you would want to taunt and tease somebody as dangerous as Matt Riddle.
Well, as we've seen in the past, you can question MJF's tactics, but they've been very successful. So maybe he knows something we don't know.
MJF retreating to the floor. Bro looks like he's gonna fly. Sliding out.
Oh,
man.
boy. And I think collectively this audience just saw what they all would love to do to MJF themselves.
I'll live vicariously through the bro. I want a swig of the Narragansett beer.
MJF eating another chop. And I don't think the plan is going accordingly for MJF right now.
Well, Thomas Sharp watching from the opposite side of the ring, giving these two their distance. MJF tried to retaliate. Oh! Riddle's lucky he doesn't break his own leg. And look at the shade of purple that MJF's chest is turning. Oh, his chest looks about the same color as his trunks.
And the difference between a kick from Matt Riddle and John Silver, not much as far as power, but John Silver's wearing a boot that is padded, whereas Matt Riddle is hitting you with his bone.
Uh-oh, this time he got caught up in the apron. And a rolling elbow to the back of the head. Now just stomping on the hands of Matt Riddle. See MJF favoring his chest and trying to do as much damage to Riddle's left hand as he can. We know that he likes to use that arm submission. It's also going to be very difficult for Matt Riddle to lock on the tombstone, the twister. You need to be able to interlock those knuckles in order to really...
And if there's somebody I wouldn't want to call a name like that, it's probably Matt Riddle. Doesn't have that armbar fully cinched like he usually does, in a different position. Trying to wear Riddle down, but it's going to take a lot more than that.
Riddle
to keep a good bro down.
Oh, using his kicks, now trying to use his body, and now we see MJF first targeting the arm, and it going right back to that. Going right back to that left arm, exactly. Staying right on top of it. I thought he was going to be moving the bare feet of Matt Riddle.
Wow.
There's nothing classy about this kid.
You would think having a silver spoon in your mouth your entire life, you would learn some sort of couth, but he just turned into a brat.
I met his dad, comes from a nice family.
His dad's the man. I don't know how this happened. His dad's phenomenal.
Well, I guess there's an exception to the expression, the nut doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Palm strikes by Riddle.
Misses with the kick. Caught the boot. MJF lands on his feet. Oh, goes right for the eyes.
Oh, come on. Kevin Quinn, get in there and do something.
Bro caught him with a kick to the back of the head, rolling through. Oh, taking over the release German suplex.
Oh, no. And both men are down after double German suplexes there.
Not the time to get cocky, not the time to get arrogant when you're in the ring with somebody as deadly as Matt Riddle. Hashtag Stream Beyond. Welcome home night 2. Very successful return to the Chikara Wrestle Factory in Philadelphia last night. We'll be back for a doubleheader, the Best of Beyond Wrestling. For a Beyond Wrestling versus Chikara event, a single event at 3 p.m. on Saturday, July 14th. As opposed to yesterday's doubleheader, it's going to be the Best of Beyond Wrestling versus the Best of Chikara. Will it be Matt Riddle or MJF representing Beyond Wrestling that day? Bridging German suplex, still holding on. You don't typically see rolling, bridging German suplexes. The amount of stress that it puts on your neck to hold your opponent down. But that just goes to show you how well conditioned, how strong Matt Riddle is. And I'll give MJF credit, he continues to kick out.
MJF, despite being a brat, can hang in there with the best of them, no doubt about it. And he's showing that here right now. But how much more can he take? Apparently a lot more. Riddle again holding on. And another German.
Oh, that time all impact.
MJF is bent backwards. Going for the Fisherman's Buster. Nails it.
Oh, MJF is going to be done.
Somehow able to kick out of it. Broton and MJF, maybe on instinct, maybe he didn't even know what he was doing, but he rolled to the floor. And now there's Thomas Sharp telling referee Kevin Quinn to give him some room.
I don't think Matt Riddle's afraid of anybody on this planet. But look at the size of Thomas Sharp.
Oh, wow. And another eye poke. Oh, he goes for the slap on MJF. He misses and hits the post.
So now not only damage to the left arm, but the damage to the right hand. And where's MJF?
Goes for it again.
Oh, missing with the kick this time.
And now his foot into the post.
Man, I can't believe that strike didn't drop Thomas Sharp. This guy's something else. But providing to be a worthy distraction as Riddle is hobbled around right now. Pretty much damage to every limb except his left leg. Oh, and a blatant low blow. I think that should warrant a disqualification. What do you think, Paul Crockett?
There's been about 3 or 4 different moves here that I think warranted a disqualification. I mean, I get that this is a big match and Kevin Quinn wants to have some leniency here, but 2 eye pokes and a low blow? What are we doing?
Right back to that left arm. Skin versus steel. Steel wins. Oh, and the double stomp trying to break the arm. Very telling that Riddle's having to use the ropes to hold himself up, as MJF might be looking for that trapper keeper bomb. Oh, instead, doing more damage to that left shoulder. A lot of people don't realize about the shoulder breaker is that that's exactly what can happen. Matt Riddle was unable to lift his shoulder off the mat. It's not a concussive maneuver. It's not the type of maneuver that's going to knock the wind out of you. But if you can disable that shoulder, even if the body's got more strength in it, it's so hard to get your shoulder off the mat after a shoulder breaker.
Here we go, going for that arm bar.
Variation of a classic finishing maneuver, not enough to put the bro away. Got the right shoulder off the mat. Does he have the strength? Oh, the power bomb. Picking him back up. Sidesteps the knee, got that schoolboy tugging the trunks.
Another variation of the arm bar. Wrenching the fingers as well.
Really trying to hyperextend the elbow. If MJF can press his pelvis forward, he can pop that arm out of place. Oh!
Oh, wow, kick straight to the face and to the sternum. Able to beat MJF off of him.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, maneuvers like that would not fly in the octagon. You cannot strike downward on a fallen opponent, is that correct?
Depends on the hold.
Oh! Well, nevertheless, Matt Riddle certainly adapted to the realm of professional wrestling.
The elbow, no. 12-6 elbows, no.
Oh! Talk about never seen it coming. Oh, come on. Riddle would have had him beat right there. And Sharp taking about 5 feet step back. You're going to tell me Quinn saw that, though?
Kevin Quinn has lost control, I think. And now he's allowing MJF to get back into this match.
Looking at the shoulders, not looking at the
Oh,
feet.
come
MJF.
on.
Here's your winner,